A big result in the Premier League, 1-1, Chelsea v Manchester United, and you want to have your say if you've watched it or if you've been at the game. 03717 223344. Let's go to Michael, who is a Man United fan. Michael, good evening.
Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, guys. How you doing? You good?
Yeah.
All good, mate. All good.
Talk me through it.
Talk you through it. Well, to be honest, I only caught the last 20 minutes. I was very busy, and what I saw, I was very happy. I would have been totally upset if we lost 1-0. But we managed to get the point back, which is what we deserve. And just keep this momentum going.
Michael, we watched the game, Michael. There wasn't much to be happy about, to be honest.
First half, Man United were good.
Good.
They had some good chances. They were okay, Man United first. They dominated. He had to make a change, Graham Potter, in the first half because they were getting dominated.
I'm not
All
sure,
right.
Jamie.
Well, look,
I'm not sure.
For me, from a fan's point of view, though, like I say, off our last result as well, where we managed to get the win in a big game, this would have been a bit of, kicking the backside in the wrong way to be like, oh, you couldn't do it. But we managed to keep the points going in the right direction. We managed to hopefully keep the morale going in the right direction with the other big boy throwing his toys out the pram.
Yeah.
Probably the best thing they could have done tonight, get a result.
Yeah, Michael, what do you make about Ronaldo, though, not being involved today? I mean, listen, Sancho was shocking. He got dragged after 52 minutes, put Fred on. I mean, you could have had Ronaldo out there. You could have just fined him. You could have given him a bit of discipline. Make him do some doggies or something after training. You could have used him today.
I know.
It's not like you got a load of number 9s up front waiting to get a chance.
No, you're right. We haven't. And, of course, he's the best. He is. He's one of the best. But, look, what can you do at such a big club with such a young squad, or not such a young squad, but with quite a few youngsters in there, and having someone like that? Yeah, we know he's the best, but he really, I don't know, man, he's not really doing himself any favours right now. If we want to look at things like, does a player have class? It doesn't mean you have to have class with the ball. You also can be a class as a person.
Definitely,
and for me, I think he might just be losing a bit of his, some of the boys might be just thinking, oh, really? But yeah, if he was there with just a fine and not throw him, not take him off the team sheet completely, of course he would have brought him on, and hopefully, of course, he would have done something. But I think the boss done the best thing. He's got to, say that's just a bit wrong what you've done, and you're not showing anyone any respect, not even your own teammates. You know what I mean? It's not good.
Yeah. All right, Michael. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Lee, who's a Chelsea fan. Lee, good evening.
Good evening, Lee.
Good evening, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. How are you after that?
Yeah.
Poor performance.
Yeah, I'm good. I was just thinking about Potter. I don't think he's the man.
Who's the man?
I don't think Potter's the man.
Yeah, but who is the man then?
I think we're so much better like the football that we played when we were under Sancho.
Lee, look, your reception's not great, but you're undefeated with Potter. He just took over the football club. You're undefeated.
In the results, but he's terrible.
Lee, we have to come back to you because your line's not great.
Nokia 3210.
Don't get a reception in West London, do you? Let's go to Scott, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Scott?
You're right, Scott.
Told you, there's no reception in West London. That's what happens with Chelsea fans. Let's go to Abby. Have we got Arsene, the Man United fan? Arsene?
How are you doing, Jamie? Are you okay?
Yeah,
you're right,
good.
Arsene.
Have you got reception? You've been at the game. You all right?
Yeah. I'm just on my way home. I've got better reception, unfortunately, for me.
Yeah, good. Well, look, it's a massive point in the end for you. Casemiro turned into a top signing. But,
basically, Jamie, it
wasn't great to watch, was it?
To be honest with you. I think we could have been 2-0 up by half-time. But unfortunately, it wasn't for us in that sense. Sancho should be off straight away. I'm not going to lie. He's got too many opportunities.
Yeah. I said that, Arsene. I mean, when I watch Manchester United, I feel like everyone else is putting in these decent performances. Then you just need that extra player, don't you? He goes to Sancho, he slows it down, he passes it back. If you had a left winger who could get at people...
I'm not gonna lie, it felt like we were playing that kind of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer way where you were just going to go for a draw when it was a winning performance. The way we were playing in the first half especially. But the worst position is that obviously the Ronaldo stance. If Martial was fit, I think it would have been a different story completely.
Yeah, it's all right, Arsene. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Abby, who's a Man United fan. All right, Abby?
Hi, guys.
Abby.
Two things. Yeah, I think Man United will finish in the top 4. We've played every 6 side now. We've only lost to City, and we drew to Chelsea, which was away. We're the only one who beat Arsenal. We beat Tottenham. Varane got injured. Sancho's not good, but there's no one to replace Sancho as of now.
Yeah.
We do need to make more signings. I think if we add on another 2, even just 2 signings, I think we can do that. And with Ronaldo, I think we shouldn't even talk about him because he's unrespectful. If he would be in the team now, the performance would go lower because people will see they can go away.
No, but look, I get it. I understand, Abby, what he had to do today, and I agree with Ten Hag in how he's had to treat Ronaldo for this moment. But the game was crying out for a Ronaldo in that, to put a chance away, to just get something at the end. Casemiro steps up here because he's a huge player and he manages to get you a point. But there were times when Man United were all over Chelsea and they missed too many chances.
I understand we were crying out for Ronaldo, but if we would have put Ronaldo there, the performance down the line would have gone worse because the manager would have lost control on the dressing room. I agree. Behavior.
Good point. Yeah.
With control on the dressing room in the future would have better results. Ronaldo now maybe would have got 3 points, but would have lost points in the future.
I agree totally. I feel like this is why Ten Hag come out and said yesterday that Ronaldo's there for the season and we need him because today showed Martial injured. You need Ronaldo, don't you, as an option to come off the bench?
We do. We need another striker. Martial getting injured the whole time. We need another striker. We do need, with Sancho also playing out, that we have to sign another striker in the winter. I think that should be the number one priority. We also need, I think, another centre-back with Varane getting injured the whole time. But I think the striker is the number one for that reason, like you guys saying.
Yeah. Right. All right, Abby, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Let's go to Mark, who's a Man United fan. All right, Mark?
All right. Good evening, Mark.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Great show.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. I mean, look, it's ended up being a decent point for you. You could have lost it. Casemiro steps up in the final moment of the game. But there were some really positive things from Manchester United in some of your play. Just lacking that killer instinct.
Yeah, I think that's been the main issue. I think I was at the home game midweek against Spurs. And, we created so many chances. And, okay, we won the game 2-0. But really, we probably should have won 4-5-0, on that night. And again, tonight, we had loads of chances in the first half. We just needed to convert those chances, and we didn't. And I think that's the big difference at the moment, is that we're creating plenty of chances going forward. We just got nobody there that's finishing them. I think somebody just mentioned about Sancho. I don't think Sancho has been playing very well. And if you look at the difference between Delors and, Anthony on the right-hand side, who are, just clicking and playing so well, and, all the threat is coming from the right-hand side. When it comes to Shaw and Sancho, they just haven't got that, that same sort of like relationship on the left-hand side, and it's just not working for United at the moment. I think that's one of the main issues. But I think, just picking up on something that Gabby just said, to say that, that wasn't, a great performance, by United, I think, you just got to take a step back and look where we were at the start of the season.
You know what it is? You know what it is, mate? It's because the way I seen you in your last game, how good you was, I wanted a bit more today, but maybe I'm forgetting you're away from home. Chelsea are a good, organised side, so I'll take that back. That was a good point for Manchester United. And if you took your chances in the first half, you should have won the game.
Yeah, and I think if you look, for me, that was a great example of how far United have come in the last few games, right? We lost the first game against Brighton with Porto in charge, right? And, and they deservedly won. We looked absolutely terrible on that day. And here we are now playing Porto, who's unbeaten since he's joined Chelsea. And we all know that he's great at how he sets up his sides and, he gets them defensively really good. And, I think we dominated that first half. And away to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, I think that's, a really good indication of how far we have come in the last few games. And so, for me as a United fan, just looking at the last few results, I think it bodes well. And I think if we just get somebody up front who's going to guarantee us 25 to 30 goals a season, we're going to be right up there challenging at the top.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Dan, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Dan?
You're right, Dan.
Hello, boys. How are we doing?
Yeah, good, Dan. Look, it was an interesting first half for Chelsea. He got pretty much got dominated. He made a change and he kind of come back into it. But I think if you're making a substitution after 37 minutes, I think you're, looking at it as Graham Potter going, I've got this wrong.
Well, absolutely, Mark. I couldn't agree more. I was going to say everyone giving it, oh, yeah, it's great. He ain't afraid to change it. Well, no, he got it wrong. Like, it's not great. He has to change it after 37 minutes. He could have changed it after 10. For me, it's common sense. When you're playing the team that plays 3 in the middle and you've only got 2 in the middle, you're going to be outnumbered. You know that before the game. Total last year, every time we played a team that lined up like that, we always played the 2 sitting, mounting behind, and then 2 up top. And that was the only way that we could play against some of the teams that played 3 in the middle there. For me, that was just basic error. Game wasn't great anyway.
No, it was a poor game.
Do you think Aubameyang's the answer? Because sometimes I like what I'm seeing, and
absolutely
sometimes
not.
I'm like, Chelsea need a striker as soon as possible.
Yeah, like I had a few hopes when he first come. I thought, I completely back Arteta's decision if that's what he wanted to do for Arsenal and the rest of the lads. But you can't deny Aubameyang. He's a great striker, but I don't know. He doesn't seem up for it. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether he's a bit hesitant. He's not got the confidence or something.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a spark about him, which is disappointing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think Potter got it wrong today, and I don't like all this changing of positions, like changing formations. Every couple of minutes in the game. I think you just got to set up and give everyone a chance to play in their best positions. To be honest.